shift now to story time. So I want you all to kind of put on your story time lines and have the actors take seats. We're going to need a couple more chairs up real quick. Whoops, we didn't finish setting the stage. Oh, I need 2 chairs. Where we ask anyone who would like to come up to the storytelling chair and share a story. This could be anything. This could be about, it could be a Beauty and the Beast fantasy, it could be a travel story, it could be a convention story about meeting people, but something that stands out that would be a lot of fun for you to share. Anybody feeling brave? Someone being pressured. Just take a minute, really. There might be something that comes up, and it doesn't have to be around Beauty and the Beast. This could be a time where maybe you felt beastie and you'd like to share that experience in your life. Or where you experienced beauty or a romance. It could be anything involved in this kind of mythical. Here's a shy man.
Oh yeah, nice lady. Definitely nice lady.
What's your name?
David.
Hi, David. Martha. Nice to meet you. Okay, so, where does your story begin? On the train. Okay. Where did it start? Where was the train beginning from?
Well, it actually starts on the train platform in Verona, Italy.
Okay. And how long ago?
Anybody? Bueller? 1982. Somebody do the math.
This was the conference?
No. It was. I was a young man on just backpacking through Europe.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what happened?
So I was standing looking at the board that has all of the countries there, and I had a rail pass, so I could kind of go anywhere that I chose to go. And it was sunup in this train station in Verona, and I wanted to go to Florence. So I saw that it was on track 6, and then I went and got a little brioche and some juice and headed off to track 6 to get on the train. And I was just often thought and kind of didn't realize that I was standing on track 6, but it was also track 6 and 5, and I got on the wrong train. And I was ended up instead of getting on like the bullet train to go south to Florence, I ended up on this very small commuter train that sort of stopped in every little mountain village along the way. It was going towards central Italy, but so I walked on this train, sat on the train, and just as it was leaving the station, I realized that I was on what I thought was the wrong train. But so I got my backpack and my camera and stuff, and I sort of was wandering through the train. There was not a seat on the train available. Should I be telling all this, or are these guys going to sleep when they?
No, I tell you what. Let's just stop here. Who could be you? Just pick an actress.
The second, the lady next to one side of the over there.
Okay, that's Alexandra.
Yes.
And give Alexandra a couple words to describe your mood at this point in the story.
Wonderment. Available.
Okay, all right. So you got on this train, realized you were on the wrong train, and what happened?
And there was one seat available on the entire train. It was the last seat in the last car at the end of the train. So I sat down and got into the newspaper for about an hour, And then at some moment I sort of lifted my head to become available to the rest of the world, and there was this strikingly beautiful woman sitting across from me. Well, everybody. Well, almost. The lady on this end.
Okay, Susan. And when you saw her, what was your reaction? Okay. So you didn't speak to her?
No.
No. Okay. And then what happened?
And then she was fumbling around in her purse. She had a cigarette in her mouth. These were days when you could smoke on trains. And then
Was she Italian?
she was Italian. And so I, in my vest, I took out my lighter and I lit her cigarette. And that's what happened next.
Okay, and is there some kind of climax?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
A year later, I married her.
Oh my gosh! Why did you, you must have been connected on the train. After you lit her cigarette, then what?
Then we realized that we didn't speak the same language. She started saying something in Italian, and I just went, whoa, babe. You got the wrong guy here. And so I learned Italian, and she learned English, and we courted. And I went back to Italy a year later and married her.
Wow. And you decided all that on one train?
Yes.
Wow. So that was sort of meant to be, wasn't it?
Yes, it was meant to
Being
be.
on that train?
Yes, it
Being
was.
on that train. Where do you want the story to end in the enactment? Do you want, so somehow you communicated to each other that you wanted to spend more time together.
Yes.
Okay. And so did you get off, you obviously got off the train together?
Yeah, actually, no. We made plans to, I had a phrase book, and we were going through it, and we made plans to connect up a couple days later at the train station in Florence at a certain time at a certain place. And we were going to go to the beach together. She was going to take me to Il Mare, Llano al Mare.
Did you know that you were going to marry her?
Yes.
What about if we ended the enactment where you get off the train with her, with the, maybe the knowing, maybe the soliloquy of, this is the moment I'm going to marry. Is there anybody else? Do you meet some passengers on the train?
Well, yes, actually.
Conductor, what else stands out?
There was a couple of different moments along there where I wasn't sort of locked in this sort of tunnel of reality. And there was, tunnel's an actually interesting word because when I don't know if you've ever been up, when you travel from north of Italy to south, you start going through a lot of the tunnels near Bologna, and you're going through the mountains because you're going through spots of the Alps. So at some point we had to change trains to get onto another train. And the second train we got on, I couldn't find my ticket, so there was a conductor who, thank goodness, Maria Teresa was there. That was my wife's name. She was there dealing with this conductor because I couldn't find my rail pass because I was a little bit sort of in the moment, so to speak. And then we were in this sort of car, this little cart with the doors closed by ourselves. And then at some point, a nun walked in. This is the truth. One would not make this up. And this nun is now sitting in this coach car with Maria Teresa and I, and sitting across from us as we were sitting talking or attempting to communicate. And,
was that sort of a sign for you?
I guess it was, I take all signs as possibilities, so it was definitely a sign.
Who could play the nun? So that she's important in this song.
The lady sitting in the middle, I forget your name.
Judy?
Yeah.
Okay. And so she was just sitting and watching you? Okay. This was when you got on the same car?
Correct.
Okay. She was already there, or you and your wife sat down, and then she came and sat down?
She came and sat down.
She came and sat down and just watched you all. What was her composure like? Was she smiling at you warmly?
She was warm, and I think for some reason she was also there to sort of guard the virtue of this wonderful man.